Hi there, welcome to Tap That. In this video, we're going to be looking at one of what has quickly become one of my little favorites. This is the Teclast x80HD. This comes with a dual boot system, and that means that on it you can find Android as well as Windows. It's a pretty light device. And on top of the usual micro SD port and microphone port, it also has the bonus of having a micro HDMI port, which means you can output to a monitor. So I mean, obviously you can use your Android mode for kind of ease of access. It's very touch optimized, so you can just browse or watch the media, or you can just browse or watch media or do any of those sorts of things, and it works very well for that. With the quad core and 2 GB of RAM, it's very smooth. It's a nice snappy device with a decent display, and you get a good Android experience. What's sort of fun about this device, however, is that it also comes with the option of Windows. I usually mention the peripherals that you can get with these tablets, and in this case, this one has a 32 GB internal storage, which is quite a lot. However, because the 32 GB is being shared across Android and Windows, it can run out quite quickly, and so I pretty much would highly recommend that you pick up a 32 GB card with this. I mean, here you usually get on the live tiles, you usually get updates like Skype messages, mail, news, things like that. You can customize this however you like. Also using a desktop mode, which is just like your typical desktop, and you can run a lot of different things here. Very good idea to get one of these on-the-go cables with this device, because the amount of peripherals you can plug into a Windows tablet is much greater than an Android tablet. The mouse plugged into the tablet. Obviously, this would, if I'm traveling, this would work much better with a Bluetooth mouse. But just as an example, this latest version of Fruity Loops, which is a full music producing program, is responsive in that it changes size depending on the size of the screen. So you can, when you're traveling with the mouse, happily create music, and not just in a kind of toy way. Just to show you a little more of the power of what something like this can do. Now this is obviously sold separately, but this is a really cool little Bluetooth keyboard. And paired with this tablet, it becomes like a little mini notebook, as you can see. This makes a nice convenient stand if you're going to watch some kind of media. What it allows you to do to typing input, and it's obviously very convenient for any kind of productivity. The keyboard locks in here very tightly on the tablet, so it's quite solid, and you can change the angle of the keyboard like you would a laptop or a netbook, so you can get slightly different viewing angles. And then for typing, you can type out things a lot more quickly than you would on a pure touchscreen. the right kind of setup, you can play these full desktop games. You know, these old games, or these older games that are full desktop. You know, they some of the ones that can run on these devices have very impressive graphics, and at the same time, you know, compared to games and software that's written on a pure touch device, there's a lot more to it. You know, in this case, you know, this game you can seriously crash. You know, it's not just a minor inconvenience. And there's a full campaign, and there's lots of different cars. You know, there's just a lot more in a game like this. Yeah, one thing to remember though is that this has a medium battery. The battery isn't huge in this, and when you have options like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and things like that going, then it can sort of power through the battery quite quickly. So, you know, if you're going to use it with some kind of full setup like Bluetooth mouse, Bluetooth keyboard and things like that, that's great if you've got a lecture or two, or great if you're sort of going mobile to somebody else's office, or you're sort of using it on the go, but you're not going to be able to use it as a full home office like a laptop would. Windows in general on a tablet device, it doesn't have quite the expansive selection of apps as Android, and Android is very touch optimized, meaning it's very easy to use. But the applications that are designed for the desktop have more depth and more capability. They've you know, bigger programming budgets. So the real benefit of Windows is really the power, the flexibility, the options, and I think that makes this a pretty exciting device. If you do happen to buy this keyboard as well, I think this is a very nifty combination. Having something that is netbook-like, and you can, because this is you know, it's an 8-inch screen tablet, you can chuck this in your shoulder bag or chuck it in your purse and flip it out. It's pretty darn cool.